When we got back into New Jersey from the hospital, my mother, me, my two little cousins, my aunt, and my uncle all went into Jackson's room for the first time. And at that time, my mom felt it was necessary to give the VR to his little cousin, Ashton, who is they're pretty much like siblings. His cousins and him have grown up together their entire lives. And Ashton looked up to Jackson a lot and also wanted to be a YouTuber and wanted to play gorilla tag and wanted to do everything that Jackson did. So my mom thought to make him feel as though he was close enough to as he was close to Jackson, that she would give him the VR. When he took the VR, none of us know about VR, none of us know about gorilla tag, none of us know about Discord that well, accounts, anything like that. So we were not unaware that when he got on the VR, that he would be on Jackson's account, that it would send notifications to everybody, that anybody would think that he was alive. None of us knew that that was going to happen. And it must be connected in some way, that because I saw there was like maybe a 1 second video somehow. I don't know if Jackson he was very tech savvy. So I don't know if he had it hooked up. I don't even know if it's possible to hook it up to where it just connects to YouTube or whatever. But 150%, the person that has been on the VR is his little cousin, Ashton, who is also my little cousin. He is younger than Jackson. So he also is very unaware of what's going on. I also saw a comment saying about he's been buying stuff with in real life money. Well, while he's grieving, his parents have been getting gift cards for the VR so that he can build things and do whatever he wants to do, because that's his way of grieving. That's his way of being close to Jackson and feeling like he is carrying on Jackson's legacy. So that is the reason why he is coming up as he is active. His phone right now is over at my mom's house. Like I said, I plan, when I can get a hold of it, to make a video trying to explain best I can and verify best I can, because he doesn't have an obituary yet. My mom and I are still writing it. His death certificate is not something that should be shared with the internet. And whatever death certificate I heard, there was one being sold or something for $5. I doubt that's real. I don't know how anybody could have gotten their hands on it, because we just received a rough copy that we had to verify through email. We don't even have a physical printout copy. So a lot of the information on the internet that's going around about this is not true. If anybody needs 100% proof, okay, I'm going to try and cover up the name of the school because I don't feel like that's right. But this is me, Jackson, and our little cousin Peyton. Jackson, teacher, my name, Jordan, relationship sister. Okay? I am his sister. I was at his bedside from the moment he was admitted into the ER until the moment that he passed away. I never do that, and I know that because I was watching his YouTube very closely to make sure he wasn't doing anything ridiculous or inappropriate. And there's no way that I would have allowed him to pretend that he died and make a GoFundMe and collect money. And Jackson was never that kind of person to begin with. Jackson was not selfish. Jackson was not greedy. And Jackson was very mindful of other people's feelings, and he would never do this. Maybe in joking, I know I saw him saying like, oh, taking notes on some stupid video he watched probably forever ago about how to fake your death. He is a jokester. He always was. I still think that he comes to me in ghost form and pulls pranks on me. But he would not do this if he knew that that was going to cause, everybody would be very upset. He wouldn't want to upset his friends, right? He has friends on here that are reaching out to me that believed it immediately, that knew that he was actually passed. He has friends in person that are also on his social media, and his cousins are on his social media. So he would not want them to feel like he passed away if he didn't, right? Like we wouldn't do that. He wouldn't do that. And I know that there has been a lot of confusion because right now, this wasn't our main responsibility. This wasn't our main thought, is to go and tell everybody on his social media, because he had a big following, that he had passed. We didn't think about it. And we also didn't know how VR or any of those accounts work. I barely know how Discord works. I'm still trying to figure it out. I only have it, and my only friend on here before now was my fiance, and we played like Fortnite. So I'm still trying to figure it out, but none of us knew that it would show any notifications to anybody or post anything or do anything that would make it seem as though Jackson was alive by giving the VR to Ashton. None of us knew that. And I'm sorry to everybody who did love him and who played with him and who followed him that is now hearing this information and it's verified. And I'm sorry that you lost him as well.
Yeah, in all fun, we am here for you if you need anything, like, because obviously it's a big community. But we do all know he is alive in spirit and he's here, so we know.
Hey, J-Dog.
Believe it. Yeah.
Thank you for the words. And me, a person, Zyron, and many others were so close to Jax even before he passed. Years before he passed, months before he passed, it doesn't matter. We were so close to him, and when we found out, we thought it was an April Fool's because it was previously a day before. But then when we found out through his in real life friend Demon Boy, we knew, and we tried figuring out all this. Like, we tried telling people that he was dead and it was fake. And we did have a previous experience with Benor, the BNO0R guy, and he can't do any more harm than he already has, but I understand it is really disturbing for you and everybody else who has had to deal with him, and I'm so sorry about that.
Thank you. I appreciate everybody who is spreading the word and trying to get this out as fast as possible. And just keep whatever you guys can do on your end, continuously reporting and just trying to get the word out best as possible until I can get a hold of his phone and make the video. I appreciate everything that everybody's doing to try and get the truth out there and, represent him the best way that we can.
Here, Mrs., I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Are we allowed to post this video, this stage onto YouTube, or would you not be comfortable with that?
I mean, if that's going to get the word out, then I am okay with that. I do still plan on making a video separately.
Mhm.
But if that's going to help, if you think that that is going to help get the word out and make people believe the truth, then I am okay with that. Yeah.
Do you,
Can I ask you a
do you want your
question?
face or blurred out? Do you want your face blurred out?
I mean, I look like a mess. It's fine. Oh,
Quick question.
what's up?
So some of, like, I don't know how to put it, but like people in this Discord server is like content creators that like make videos and documentaries about like explaining people and like how they're not fake and stuff. Is it all right? It's like you give consent, like showing screenshots and messages saying like proving that he is like deceased and like to show respect to him.
Respectfully, absolutely. I do hope that when we get the obituary done, that I can share that, because it's public knowledge anyway. So I can share that to kind of give everybody else a little bit more ease as well. It's been a really hard week. It's been a full week yesterday since we lost him. Yesterday was Tuesday? It was yesterday, Wednesday. I don't know what today is. I'm sorry.
Yesterday was Tuesday.
Okay. Yeah. So yesterday was an entire week that we had lost him, and it's been very difficult to do anything, let alone plan his funeral. So writing the obituary is still something that we have yet to do. We started it, but we haven't perfected it because we want it to be perfect for him. So when that is available, I don't mind sharing that. But I think I said this previously, I will not be sharing a death certificate. That is very personal. It also has other personal information on there that is not privy to the internet, I don't feel. So whatever I can do in that aspect to give somebody peace of mind about the truth.
Like it's up to you. Like I've got one more question and then I'm done. But like it's really up to you and your family. But like I've got two more questions. Like is he getting like buried or like beneath a gravestone or like is he getting like cremated?
I think my parents are still discussing that. So that has not been fully decided at the moment.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry if this is like too personal, or if you don't want to answer it, it's completely fine. I don't blame you in the slightest. Is it true that he had any sort of stroke, or is that just completely rumored?
So when parts of the body begin to shut down, there is the possibility that the brain can be affected in the form of a stroke. And so that wasn't the initial that's not the initial reason why he died, right? That wasn't the end of it. It's not like he had a stroke, he was gone, but he did have a stroke at one point, yes.
Thank you. And wasn't it? Didn't he have the flu type B, and then it went to sepsis, and then they had to pull the plug? If I'm correct.
It wasn't sepsis. So sepsis was originally what the doctors were thinking possibly could have been the case. That was when they were still taking in information on the very first day. So when the doctors then did a little bit more research, they brought in an influenza specialist and they found out that he had a very rare complication of the flu where the flu was affecting his muscles. And then he had toxic things in his bloodstream throughout his body because of that. And then that started to damage his organs, all of them. And then he was on a bunch of different medicines and a bunch of different life supports to help him heal. And while that happened, they couldn't get ahead of it fast enough. So then, yes, we did have to, unfortunately, for the quality of his life, let him pass because his body was not working by itself anymore, and it wasn't going to heal anymore. And because of the strokes, his brain was incredibly damaged.
That's really sad. I do have one more question, if I can remember it. This is just my last one.